You can't trust them, Mama.
What?
You can't trust them.
Hey everybody, I'm Yoko.
And I'm India.
And we are Her Words, Her Thoughts.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We took a break last week.
Yes, 1 week. A little time off.
A little time off. We got a special treat for you guys today.
Yes.
We got some guests.
I'm excited. We've been talking about it for a few weeks and the day is here.
Yeah, so, but, you know, in the course of that week and before we get to our guests, you know, some interesting things have been going on, like some WTFs, a whole lot of them. But the one that really stood out for me was Tessica. Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla
Glue. Gorilla Bay.
Gorilla what the fuck?
Gorilla Bay.
No, seriously? When I first saw it, if y'all don't know, it's a situation online with a girl who used real glue in the place of hair glue because she ran out of hair glue.
It's Gorilla Glue. So everything Gorilla is already
Gorilla
extra
glue.
Strong. They really have Gorilla Glue.
Super glue.
Gorilla Snot that you use on your hair for your edges.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know, my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, you know, finish it off with the little Got to Be glue spray. You know, just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this. Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Y'all, look. My hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair 15 times. And it don't move. Stiff wear. Woo! My hair. So I'm going to tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of Got to Be glue spray, don't ever use this. Unless you want your hair to be like that.
Yeah.
So anything Gorilla is like.
I thought when I first saw it, because she held up the Got to Be, and that's for hair. And then she held that up. So I thought, oh, Gorilla Glue makes a hair product. I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that? But they do.
No, that's not a hair product, though, right? What she used?
No, what she used is not a hair product.
That's real glue.
No, but it's really Gorilla Glue. So the emblem, that picture with the gorilla, they really had that on hair products.
Oh, they do?
Yes,
oh, okay.
really
See, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But she used real glue. That's supposed to be for like household
stuff. She used Gorilla Glue, the brand, but it wasn't for your hair. It was for your table and stuff and
like
wood and
really
stuff.
Like super glue.
And put it all over her hair. And so when she came online and shared the video, it's already, her hair been like that for a month already. So now she's trying to get it off and she need help.
I would be devastated.
And it won't loosen up, no nothing. It's just hard. To where she went to the emergency room. She went to urgent care emergency room. And they put, they started from the back and they put acetone or something.
I saw
in
that.
her hair with saline because her head started burning. Like on fire.
That's not like that'll make it burn more.
The lady said she said that they said they could take it out, but it would take like 22 hours. She was ready to go home, so they gave her.
Oh no, I'll wait the 22 hours.
Girl,
I need this out.
She also trying to preserve her hair.
At this point, you need to preserve your scalp.
That's
and
dead.
Hope the hair grows back.
Every follicle is gone. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's still that shit sealed every follicle. Deep. Ain't nothing coming out.
That's deep.
If she shaved her hair, it probably won't ever grow back.
I feel like I'd be like doing shit that you wouldn't do, like using certain shit and just doing shit, but I would never do that. Like putting glue
like that.
I do. I'll be using stuff and like experimenting with stuff, and like I know you don't say it, but you would never do the things that I do. I know it. Like seriously, it's true.
Okay,
but
so
that is like crazy.
Wait, so this.
I hope it works out for her.
Me too. But
yeah, I feel like she's taking it well. Maybe she cries off camera, but when I saw her on camera, she didn't seem too devastated.
No, she was handling it calm, but like her whole family and friends is trying to help her. Okay, so this is the end result. Okay. She is a plastic surgeon from LA.
Okay.
Has volunteered to do this procedure on her hair for free. So she was able to soften up her ponytail. Because at first, not even razors would go through it. No clippers, no nothing. So she was able to soften that part to where she cut off the ponytail. But everything else is still hard. So he's going to do some type of plastic surgery procedure to remove something. I guess her hair. Off her scalp,
she's going to be bald for sure.
To get it off her scalp.
Yeah. I saw something on TMZ. I don't know if it's true or not, where she was saying she was gonna sue Gorilla Glue. But how can you sue them when that's not a hair product?
Because you're an idiot. You supposed
like
to
you can't sue.
Why did you put that on your head?
Right.
Gorilla Glue put out a statement too, and they wished.
And it was like, sorry for that man. It was very much like, sorry. My heart goes out. Yeah, I saw it. It was very like, it was like 2 sentences.
R.I.P. to the ponytail and R.I.P. to the hair follicle she killed, because she definitely killed her whole head.
What the fuck? Okay, so we started with a what the fuck this week. We're going to start off with it because that is enough what the fuck for both of us.
Girl.
That's crazy.
I'm just stunned. I mean, she put a rag on it. She did a lot of stuff. And it just stayed in place.
Okay, let me stop.
No,
okay.
I know. I don't know.
I just want it to work out for her. Let's just wish her the best. And
she's flying out here. She's gonna fly out here from Louisiana.
I would too for
to Los Angeles. I feel like that plastic surgeon is doing it for clout, though.
Yeah, we've heard things about him to assume.
Like, what made you just want to take her hair off for free? Her whole.
Yeah.
You about to make her a whole skin? I guess maybe.
No, I mean he's like been on TV before. He probably is definitely wanting the clout. Isn't he like a social type of doctor and not a low key doctor? So I can see that.
Yeah, I know they used to promote him on the Steve Harvey show, but yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, either way, we wish her the best. Mm-hmm. So moving on, we are going to have our guests join us today. And if you guys want to join the conversation in future episodes, we welcome you. We would love to have you guys a part of the conversations moving forward. As we mentioned before, you can DM us or email us. The information will be in the caption below. And just let us know you want to join and we can make it happen. Yep. So let's get to it.
Let's get to these topics. Let's get to these opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have our guests on the line. We have Africa, and her Instagram is pretty black, coffee dark. I'll tag it. We also have Featherstone. His Instagram is Lynn Featherstone. Yep. They are both friends of the show, listeners of the show. Give good suggestions to the show, and are our first audio callers.
Yes.
That's right.
How you guys doing?
I'm alive. I can't complain.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
You want to get into these topics with the people?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So since we, when the next time, okay, so we air on Thursday, so the next time you hear us after that, it'll be after Valentine's Day. So, and Valentine's Day, everybody goes into this frenzy. Girls really, but I've been seeing a lot of guys starting to go into this frenzy too. Like, it to be loved too, right? Not just women.
I agree.
Here to love. So,
I agree.
The question is Valentine's Day something for girls, or is it for guys, or what?
Ooh.
If I can chime in first, that'd be great.
Okay.
I definitely think Valentine's Day is for women. I do believe in showing like mutual like appreciation for your partner like throughout the year anyway. Mm-hmm. But I do think, traditionally we have like hearts and flowers and chocolates and stuff like that for women. So traditionally speaking, yeah, it's more for women. You can
all that cute shit.
Yeah, I don't really think that you should. I know I wouldn't get my guy like flowers for Valentine's Day. I don't know what would be appropriate gift, but like I think like what we do offer often after is like sex. So they know what it is.
That's not fair.
Funny you said that. Yes, that was the next part of the question.
Y'all read mine.
It was the next part. Like, what about you?
Yeah. So like, what about pussy as a present? Let's hear it from a man.
I don't think like sex should be used as like a present. Like that's unfair.
Right.
I mean, you gotta do. I don't really know what to get them. I don't really know what we would want on Valentine's Day, but I don't think that like sex ain't it. That should be normal.
You get that all the time. Is that what you're saying?
You gotta come better than that.
Okay. And I would agree if you had something that like you could quantify that you would want in its place. But I'm just saying traditionally that suffice. If it's something different now, then bring it to the table. But that's kind of what it's been. And if there's something that you want different, you kind of like you guys have to put that out there, and then expect some time to pass before it becomes like tradition. because it's usually not like that.
So I'm gonna ask both of you guys, but I want to hear from you, Lynn, first, if you're going off of the back of the whole sex conversation. For your ideal Valentine's Day with a person that you love, what would be your picture of like the perfect Valentine's Day as far as what she would do or give to you?
From what I would expect from her?
Yeah, like what you would love, like, oh, she did that. Like, what would it be? Whether it's a gift or an action, whatever.
I don't think I mean, like I said, sex isn't a present, but I definitely think that it's required that day. It is.
Okay.
But it doesn't count. You can't just give me some ass and then think that like, oh, that was it. And
Right.
then, you know, you want purses and this and that. I don't know. I think you got to match. I like if you got certain expectations, you know what I mean? Just kind of match that. So if you want, you know, you like purses and jewelry, you know what I like, then I think I should be getting something similar. On top of the sex, we definitely gotta. I think if you are gonna do the sex, it should be something a little more kinkier that day.
Okay.
We gotta try something new. We gotta try something new. It can't just be the same. I mean, that's Monday through Friday. It's got to be something else.
Sex with a cherry on top.
You want that?
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey. You want 50 Shades of Grey?
Exactly. Something we ain't did before.
What you think, Africa?
I agree that it should be a little bit more risque than regular like sex. I feel like I don't know about that Monday through Friday sex, so I don't know who's doing that. I'm not.
I'm definitely
yeah, I got like work and kids.
Wishful thinking.
So like a gift, honestly, like I don't expect expensive gifts for Valentine's Day anyway.
Okay.
It's more for me like the thought of like that you put into the experience. So I'd rather like have a great dinner, like nice hotel room, you know, like go have a good time with my partner. More like a gift for both of us. But that's just me. I could buy my own purses and go. I think y'all seen that. So yeah, I mean, for me, it'd be more about a shared experience. But if the sex is kinkier, I'm with all that. I'm just not with the extra partners. That wouldn't work. Like we're not doing a threesome Valentine's Day. I don't care like how many rings or purses I get. It's not that serious.
Right. I said what I said.
Right. I agree. Like have a little bit more fun with your partner, maybe like bondage or like role playing or something. But I agree with that.
Why you giggling?
I mean, I hear where she's coming from. I mean, some things are just off limits. You know, some women are into the whole let's, you know, bring other people. You know what I mean? But I mean, if it's for Valentine's Day and your dude is asking you for something out of the ordinary like that, and maybe you're asking him for something too that he's not really.
Did she ask you for something out the ordinary, like bring another guy into the room? Can she ask you that?
Could she could ask. You can ask anything. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like okay with it.
What kind of trick answer is that?
That's out. You know what I mean? That's.
But are you gonna get mad at her for asking you? Is it gonna be like no, or is it gonna be like?
Damn, that's tricky. I would. If I'm being honest, I don't mean to sound like that, but I would definitely feel some kind of way for her to even feel like it was okay to even ask me something like that. But it's different. It's a double standard that we just have to accept. It's different for men.
Whether I agree or not, it is. It's true.
Yeah, definitely. I think if it's a partner that you have
anyway,
that's not like super serious. If it's like somebody that you're just kind of like, if it's somebody you're kind of like you're dating or whatever, and you guys experimenting this stuff kind of early, I can dig it. But I just couldn't see myself with a partner that I love.
Yeah, if it's someone you love, I think that's probably It's kind of hard when it gets there.
Yeah,
I hear that a lot. Like if it's just fun, then it's cool. But I'm so like against all of it that I don't see how it can either way. But I be hearing that.
Right.
A lot of people feel that way. So you're not getting another question. What's your favorite ideal Valentine's Day scenario?
I don't know. I don't have an ideal scenario.
You have to. Use your imagination.
I just want it to be a good scenario. I don't know, because I really feel like if I'm with a guy, I would hope that if he's that into me, it's like every day throughout the year, so where I don't have to put emphasis on this one day. So if it's like that and I don't have to put the emphasis on this one day, I don't really care what it's like. Even if we just do something simple, that's fine.
So basically, as long as we're together on that day.
Yeah, I feel the love throughout the year. That's cool. I prefer to feel the love throughout the year versus Valentine's Day, because I'm not really into chocolates or teddy bears. I don't know none of it.
What about flowers?
You know, I used to say I don't like flowers, they die. I do like flowers, but I do not want that on me.
She said she don't want to be put on the spot, like bring them to her job, like, oh my God, you got flowers. She don't want that.
Yeah, I don't
Why
like
not?
I
I don't
like
get
flowers.
it. I mean,
I like flowers that last a year.
Right.
See, now she's talking about bag prices. Them shits cost.
No, but I just want somebody that loves me too.
Yeah, I'm not really a flower.
You're not a flower person either?
Mm-hmm.
so if you got
I'm
them,
not.
would you
I prefer
appreciate
like
them though?
functional.
Like if he went out of his way to get the
I
flowers,
will
so would
always
you
say
appreciate them?
Wait. What you say, Africa?
no. I believe in like. Oh, sorry. I believe in like love languages. So if my partner expresses himself like that, like that's where he shows his love, then like I'll accept him. Like I'm not an ungrateful person.
Right.
But preference wise, like I prefer like functional gifts. You know, like things I can use.
Mm-hmm.
So like my love is like I like when man shows like service. You know what I mean? Like in a way that's gonna help me. That's the way that I receive love. The way that I give love is like affirmation. Like I support my partner. You know, so if he likes to give flowers, and like I'm definitely I'll like put him in the vase. Like I'll water him. I'll tell him I love him. You know, but I'm just not gonna be like they're just not my thing. You know?
Yeah.
Would you ever tell him how you feel about it? Would you ever tell him like, hey, you know, flowers aren't really my thing?
I think it's important to discuss your love languages like initially anyway. So if that's not something I'm into, like he would know about it. But if he just wanted to do it anyway, like I'd accept him. You know, he would know. Like I'm very vocal about how I feel about stuff. So I wouldn't lie. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know, like this is a way to make me feel appreciated. This not. But if that helps you like love me better in your own way, then I'm with it.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to figure it out. Like he would let him know.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
That makes sense.
We'll go to like
Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the question was, what is my ideal perfect Valentine's Day? Then it would be something extravagant, like I don't know, a beautiful vacation and massages in the morning and foot rubs and all this. Like I would just.
So what you gonna get him?
Love that.
But what you gonna get him though?
Okay, so I go hard for birthdays. I don't really go hard for Valentine's Day. So if it's Valentine's Day, I don't get him nothing for Valentine's Day. I don't get gifts like cologne or whatever. Mm-hmm. But your birthday and Christmas, I'm spending racks. So and I think it's because maybe he's not really into Valentine's Day. He's not really into none of it, but definitely not Valentine's Day. So I just be like, okay, I gotta pass. But the birthdays where I go hard. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm not getting a Valentine's Day gift. If it was important, then I would. But I know it's not, so I don't. But also the same way that I'm saying I would love the extravagant shit, I also don't require it. I do not feel like my Valentine's Day wasn't anything because I didn't get a gift. There's been Valentine's days where I didn't get a gift on Valentine's Day because shit is weird right now, and you'll get that shit in March. Like we've had those conversations. So, you know, I'm cool with that. I'm not like this day means so much that I have to post it or I have to like feel validated because the day passed and I didn't get nothing. Like I'm okay with that. We communicate enough to where if I don't get a gift, I'm cool. Cause I know, like she said, like other days out of the week, it'd be like a whole different, you know what I mean? So the flowers and stuff, same like you said, like that's cute. I wouldn't really be moved by it, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think Valentine's Day, to answer the question, is for men and women. So.
You think?
It depends on the couple, yeah. I think that as much as it could be for women, it could be for men. It just really depends. Yeah.
Right.
I think Lynn agrees with you because you said you better go hard for me too.
Yeah, if you're expecting that, I mean, you should be able to put that back out.
Yeah. So would you feel away if like say you're with a girl and you go out all out for her because you know what she like and blah blah, and she don't get you nothing? Would you feel like damn, like, or you would be
I mean, I probably wouldn't say anything, but low key, yeah. I wouldn't really mention it just because I don't want to be that nigga that's complaining on Valentine's Day. Like cause I see it. I honestly see it as a female's holiday, so I can't be out here bitching like, oh, but I would definitely feel some kind of way if I'm keeping it real. Like, bitch, I did all this and you really didn't like nothing for real.
India, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay, so how would you feel, Lynn, how would you feel, like, how do men in general, if you can, like, speak for your group or whatever, feel about women, like, decorating, like, hotel rooms or, like, the flower petals? I've seen that, and I just never really understood. So how do men maybe feel in general about women like doing like the whole like rose petals and candles in the hotel room. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
I think we appreciate the gesture, but
Okay.
I mean, if I'm being honest, we're men. So, I mean, if we're coming to the hotel room, I mean, that's all cute. You know, like the flower just cute, but it's like, what's next? You know, we don't have to like, where's the lingerie? I think we appreciate that more than the whole rose petals on the floor and all that. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Okay, wait.
And that's me personally. I like lingerie, so I would appreciate some lingerie. I mean, that's all cool. You know, we can have a bottle and rose petals and all that, but I don't really care about that shit.
I have to say this. I don't be lying, but I be forgetting shit. When you said that, you reminded me I did all that before, like years ago, like probably like 7-8 years ago. I rented a suite at the W Hotel. I put I've never done little shit like this. I don't know what I was on. I put little candles in the bathtub, the little circle things that float in the bathtub. I bought some edible panties. I did all this shit that they be like having on Instagram.
Right.
And I told him we were going to my cousin's Valentine's Day party and like surprised him. And now that you say that, he did not seem moved or impressed. It was kind of like, oh.
Right.
And it was like, it wasn't really, and I did so much. Like, why did I do all that?
Right.
Trying to be, I don't know, something. That's funny.
I've just been seeing that lately. That's why I asked. I've been seeing like more women like do stuff like that, and I just wondered how.
I never seen myself doing that today, but I've definitely done that, and I totally forgot what she said. Okay, so let's go on to our topic. You introduce this. I'll be right back. I'm in a little warm. Just introduce it, and I'll be right back.
Okay, so some time ago, it's like I find myself wondering, like, or feeling like, I feel like it's a fine line between being nice to a guy and, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say being mean, but like pretty much I was talking, basically something was brought to me that a guy feels like I want to have sex with him. And I'm like, why? I never showed interest in this guy. I never like hugged him tight. I ain't never done nothing. I just met him through somebody. So this person basically was talking to somebody and said that I feel like Miyoko wants to, she want to have sex.
Miyoko want to fuck. The guy said this to somebody that we know. So and the person that said this,
So he told somebody else that I think Miyoko want to fuck. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Miyoko, and then the guy told her he said this. But this person that said this, go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't know where it came from. So I was like baffled for a long time, and I was like annoyed, and like if I seen him, I would want to cuss him out, because it's like, what makes you think that you are a bad guy to where I just, like, where did it come from? You know, like, where did it really come from? I haven't been around him that many times, and when I have, it's been in group settings. I've never, like, touched them like this. I've never, I haven't done
So tell
nothing.
the people what you later found out.
So
the
later
statement
on,
was.
I'm about to get there, but I just have to say that part. So then later on, I found out, I said, so it came up again. Supposedly this guy asked about me, like, where is such and such, right? He act like he don't.
Where's she been at?
He act like he don't know my name, but he knows my name. Obviously, if he thinks I want to have sex with him. So then he like, well, where, blah blah, and the person, I don't know, whatever they said, and he was pretty much like, why do you think she want to have sex with you? Because we already had this talk, and I said, why do he think that? So he's like, why do you think that? And he said, because he seen me out one night in a group, and I said, hey, you not gonna speak? And I gave him a hug, and from there, it's like, I want to take him down.
So the topic is basically like, as women, I don't know if you can relate to this.
Wait, hold on. Let me say this one part. Okay. And then, so this is why it's a problem for me, or it's something that like I think about. Because in that same breath, I've had guys say that I think that I'm stuck up because I don't speak, or because I don't act too, like I'm not like, I'm just kind of like, hi, I don't give the hugs, I don't do something. So it's like, I'm really like, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. But I'd rather be stuck up than for a body to be painting on me, or that I'm not interested
at all. At all.
I don't like that.
So like, I feel like as women, we constantly battle with like making sure we're not being too nice to not give you the wrong impression, because just a smile and a hi is an opportunity for him to take it to the next level with the conversation, and really we're not interested. So I'm gonna just be mean first so that you just are very clear that I'm not interested. But it shouldn't be like that. You should be able to say, oh, you're not speaking today? Yeah. And it don't mean I want to fuck you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is this the person that you don't see all the time? Is this like a person like he's like outside the circle? So like if you seen him, okay. I mean, I don't think I would have jumped to like, oh, she want to fuck, but I mean, it's like, oh, I don't. You said he was in a group when you seen him, and you're like, oh, he's not gonna speak. He might have took it as like, this ain't even somebody I see like that. Like, how does she even like remember me like that? And then you made it a purpose to like, hey, what's up? Like,
well, let me make this a little clearer. I don't know if it makes a difference. The group was us. The group was like 17 people, and it was us. We ran into him, and he was by himself. And at the time when she said this, he walked up to me and spoke to me and blah blah. And then she said it next to me, like you ain't gonna speak. But he walked up to our group. So it's not like he's special out of his group. He was by himself. And nigga, you ain't nobody.
But then she, you know, he's talking to you, and then she's like, oh, what's up? You're not gonna speak. It kind of made it seem like
he's thinking she flirting. That's what I got a problem with.
Okay, so even if it was,
okay, let's hear from her.
Sorry, like even if it was like mistaken as like flirting, that's so like elementary to wanting to sleep with somebody. Like that's not even a first. That's like a half step. Like that's not even a whole step towards wanting to fuck you. So excuse me, the one to have sex with you.
No,
so,
you
like,
can say fuck. Please say
it. None of the above. Anyway, but no, the part that I have a problem with is like he needs to be canceled anyway, just from you speaking up on it to the next person. If you thought she wanted to fuck you should have got at her. Like, what are you telling the next person? To me, like, yeah, I would have canceled the from the get-go, and then I wouldn't speak at all the next times that I saw him.
That's already been. You already know, girl. That's how I already feel. Like I'm not.
That's weird to me.
Can I say something when I see him? Can I say something? I'm mad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more mad that he said that to somebody else. If he thought that in his own fantasy, like we're entitled to our own, you know, reality.
Hopes and wishes.
Yeah, like, but just to tell somebody else, like if he didn't explain it to that person, what made him think that? They might think that she been calling him or pulling up at his house or something. You know, like extra. Like messy. I could see if it was more to the story, but just off of that, like a hug and oh, you didn't see me, like. I might sleep to a female or to a guy, you know. That don't mean I'm gonna sleep with them. I don't know. That's a stretch.
Like feeling themselves too much. You ain't even.
He wants to fuck you is what it is. Like
that's exactly what it was. But see, that's how niggas talk sometimes. He might have. I think it was more of he wanted to fuck with you. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna go to the homie and be like, oh yeah, you know. He was probably just being a nigga and talking. Hey, I think such and such want to. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, it was. Hey, I want to fuck with old girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
But there's nothing wrong with that though. Dudes do that too. They do that too. Like they admit that, like, oh, I want to talk to her. Like she, something like you don't have to act like that's weird. And then the person you send it to, they know me. So it's like
he probably was trying to get a little tip to get closer. Like, oh, you should probably get her there.
He was trying to see if there was some more information. Maybe he had because in his head, maybe he thought that you showed interest when, you know, he went up to talk to India and then you was like, hey, what's up? You ain't gonna speak? He might have felt like, oh, she wants some of my attention. You feel me? So he was probably talking to the old girl, like, hey, you know, I think such and such want to fuck, hoping that he would like validate it, like, oh yeah, she did say something about
right. Well, he got a rude awakening because the person he said it to didn't say that. I know that for a fact. Nigga, no, you were at the end of the line. You're not even in the middle of the line. You at the end of the line.
No, and I actually like cropped you out of a picture before.
Oh,
it was something.
If you're really paying attention, it will be clear.
It was like, who is this dude? Like
in the way.
Help me understand who you are. I'm not. I don't like it though.
Yeah, but I agree with that. It could have been seen as like slight interest. I just think he took that and ran a couple laps with it.
Too many laps. He was trying to figure it out.
Right.
He was hoping that you did. He was hoping that he got some information that would say that, like, yeah, she do want to fuck with you.
Right.
And obviously he didn't get it, so.
And I'm gonna be extra mean too.
Well, don't be mean.
You don't gotta be mean. I was just
I want to be mean, like
you said. Hey,
I don't want to speak though. I don't like it.
Yeah, I would
there's too many people out there that pass judgment on myself in India, and it's just crazy. It's the stuff that people say, like, in how they view us. So it's kind of like for you to be that close in the circle. I just don't like that you could be that close.
He ain't that close.
But he ain't that close, but you kind of get an understanding of who people are. You shouldn't have said that out loud.
I think that might be an opportunity for you to like maturely handle it though, because if people have that perception in you, even though like it's unbiased, you're saying like I think it's important to call people out on shit, because maybe he's done that and people are not, like he doesn't know that it's like inappropriate, you know, like I'm not a grown ass man, I'm assuming, but I'm just saying like I think that might be a good opportunity to call somebody out, like not confrontationally, to just say like I just, you know, we're cool, like it ain't nothing like that, like, you know, just because like if you're worried or if you're concerned about like your reputation and being like stuck up or whatever, you not speaking now after you asked him earlier like why he didn't speak to you, it's kind of like, nah, I can just check your ass like politely and let you know what it is, and you'll know going forward, like spread that word, like I will step to you and let you know that that's not cool and it wasn't like that, but I'm not going to emasculate you either, you know. I think the way that you probably could do that, where you can like feel like, you know, be mature about it and not have to have that like that tension whenever you do see him, because you don't really want to walk around having beef. You want to just let the nigga know like it ain't nothing like that, sweetheart, but you're cool, you know.
He won't have to wonder no further. This will be very clear.
It's not
exactly.
like I could
do
really
it politely, like Africa said. Do it politely. Don't be extra mean. You know, I just be like, hey, look, I don't know if I gave you the wrong vibe.
Well, when I'm in the bathroom,
it's not like that. I'm
no,
sorry.
I'm not going to, because it's not beef. It's not beef like that. Like it's not bothering me. Like it's not stopping.
It's bothering me. I don't.
But
like
I really can't ignore somebody. So I don't think I would have to, you know, go do too much. But I could just.
Yeah, you're the queen of ignoring.
I could do something. Yeah, for sure.
Then
it's like, damn, she playing hard to get. No, nigga, I need you to know.
No,
it's not. You need to know.
He gonna get the hint. Like,
okay, the hint. Okay,
I took that the wrong way.
Okay, I'm gonna believe it from a man. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is the next topic. So we were talking earlier about. Okay, so it started off by saying, men. I said, is the statement true when people say, if a nigga don't want to be with you, he's not going to be with you, right? And she said, well, that goes into like guys that stay with their girl, but are habitual cheaters. And she said, if he's habitually cheating, then he doesn't want to be with her. So why stay with her? And I said, I disagree. That if a man cheats once or twice or 20 times, it doesn't mean that he does not want to be with that woman.
100%.
Okay. And that it depends on the man. I think that there's some men that will cheat like a motherfucking dog and will be sad in a fetal position if you left his ass.
Right.
It doesn't mean he does not want you. It doesn't mean it's right either.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%.
It's like you type in.
I want to hear it. I mean, so you saying that because it's like if a man don't want to be with you, so then that's what I'm saying. So then I will say that the statement. So I'm saying if you make the statement that if a man don't want to be with you, he not gonna be with you, right? Mm-hmm. So me countering that with it's people, guys out there or women that are in these relationships that's continuously cheating, right? So I'm saying that statement is true, because if it wasn't, then you're a habitual cheater. You would just leave. You're not leaving the person you think like.
But you're saying that if he's cheating like that, then he don't want you, and I don't agree.
That's not true.
I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't agree.
Let's hear from y'all.
So you saying that you just cheat the whole time, like the whole?
No, I'm not condoning cheating at all. Like I'll leave a nigga alone, but like I'm not condoning cheating. What I'm saying is I don't think that we can equate like sexual lust with love. Like you can want to be with somebody because that's the mother of your children or your wife or your partner. There's more things tied to relationships that are long term than it is like a quick hookup. I think it's irresponsible and it's negligent and it's like childish to cheat like that. But I don't think that means you don't want to be with that person. I think you might have things in common with that person, whether you love them, you want to be with them, build with them, whatever. But you might have sexual attraction to other people. And it's unfortunate and I wouldn't tolerate that. I think it does happen. So I can't lust like lust would disseminate like the love I have for somebody else. I wouldn't say that. Even if we looked at like the meaning of love, like if we were like to even go like biblically, you know, like the things that describe love are like patience, like kindness, you know, like long suffering. And I'm not saying that shit's okay at all, but I'm just saying like patience means like
cheating love. I mean, like
people can irritate you, frustrate you, and you know, like you don't just love is like deeper than
you can't compare the two. Like they're not even comparable, right? Is that
they're
what
not. Saying? They're absolutely.
Yeah, she nailed that one.
And I'm not saying it's okay at all. But.
Lynn, do you feel like when it comes to that, it's all about the man's ability to, what's the word, like control himself or
temptation? Yeah,
temptation, like to be able to.
Yeah, I think I don't. First, I want to say that women cheat too. I just wanted to put that out there so that we know.
It's true.
But I definitely don't think that like if a man cheats on a woman, that means that he just didn't want to be with her. You know what I mean? I don't feel like there's a real reason to justify cheating. I mean, I don't really think there is one. But sometimes we just fuck up, you know? Temptation, peer pressure, all of it. It's just we fall victim to it. It doesn't mean that I love this person any less. It just means that I failed them. And then I think a lot of times that when men cheat, because I've cheated before, I think a lot of times when we cheat, we get into the mindset that like, if we don't get caught, then we didn't cheat.
Damn.
That's deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know.
So then you could turn into a habitual cheater like that, though. If you never get caught or you barely,
it's too easy.
You'll just keep doing it.
100%.
So is it lust? Is it
but
really
everybody gets caught. It always comes to the light. Everybody gets caught.
I was gonna say they're not that slick.
Everybody gets caught. Women are better at cheating than we are. So everybody gets it.
So do you think the likelihood of a man not falling into the temptation is based upon how much he loves the woman? Can we relate the love in that way, or that's not even fair? Like, I'm gonna try real hard because I love her so much. And if I love her a little bit, I'm gonna try less. Can we relate them in that way?
It's character. It's not about her. It's morals and character in which you value your value system. That's like if I'm out with my dude and like we see a girl with a fatter ass, like I don't really have ass anyway, but you know, and he looks at her like it ain't a big deal because like that's visual. Like, do I know that he loves me? I know that. So it's like I'm not gonna like stand for him like getting her number and shit like that, but you know, as far as I can tell, you know, but like we gotta be realistic too, you know? Like just you gotta be realistic. I wouldn't have said like cheating. I'm not with that habitual or rampant cheating, none of that. But I don't think that love, which is like honoring somebody and like building bonds, is the same thing as lusting after somebody else. I just think it's different compared, like just completely different.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sometimes we lust and you fall victim to it. You know what I mean? I could love you to the moon and back, and you know, I could beat all the battles. You know, like there could be plenty of women throwing it, and I'm just, you know, no, I'm cool, I'm ducking and dodging them. But then there might be one that I didn't win. I failed, and it happened. You know what I mean? That don't mean that I don't love you, you know, to the moon anymore. It just means that I fucked up.
And Lynn, can we also talk about how like men are trained and conditioned from a very early age to sow their wild oats, and women are conditioned to like be with one person, get married to him, have all the kids by him, whatever. Like that's conditioning from a very early. But then we expect men to all of a sudden they get with one woman. Now, no, stop. Don't fuck anybody else, you know, like, but you've been training them all this time to be promiscuous and have fun and don't be serious, don't settle down. And now they're supposed to settle down and not give in to temptation that 100% normally like said was okay, you know?
100%. 100%. I think women are, but I think that's more our generation, like our age group, because I think it's changing now. I think women are becoming niggas to the point where they're doing the exact same thing that niggas are doing. You know, it's like, oh, you gonna do it like that? Well, I'm gonna do it better. You know what I'm saying? I think that you were right though. Coming up, you know, women were taught to like, you know, you better keep those cookies in the cookie jar. Don't just give them to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And men were like, hey, bro, you better go out there and get these bitches, this and that. You know what I'm saying? But I think now it's definitely changing.
Right.
Yeah, like it's like the more independence that we have as women that kind of falls under that umbrella.
So do you think that a man or a woman who's a habitual cheater, do you think that they ever grow out of it?
I do. I think because I do think it's a maturity character thing. I think anybody can develop a character. I think that happens a lot of times with age and with like reevaluation, you know, like what you want in life. You know, like when there's more to lose, I think as you get older, you kind of like make choices according to that newly found maturity.
I think you just get tired too. A part of it is like, that's what I think. The excitement may not be as exciting anymore. Like,
right.
You get tired.
I think India said it the best earlier. Like, when you realize that the person that you love so much is about to leave, like, oh, they about to go, and now you stuck, you broke down, you in the fetal position, and you realizing like, damn, I'm about to lose all that just for this quick nut. Then you start to realize, like, look, I got to get it together. Like, I don't want to jeopardize, you know, losing everything just for that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think it's something that, I mean, I think cheating is a disease, but I definitely think it's curable.
Can
I ask Coco a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask Milko a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like I take it you're very much opposed to like cheating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather a partner who was discreet if they cheated, or like came to you and told you what happened? Like realistically, like, you know, like
a nigga that you down for love his dirty draws. Would you rather?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I'd rather him tell me. Only because I've been humiliated before, and I feel like a part of being discreet, that's cool. It's saving me the embarrassment for a certain time, but the idea that you doing it secretly and somebody still knows something that I don't know, it's like it does something for me. I would rather know and deal with that if I deal with it by myself, I deal with it with my friends. However it is that I deal with it, I want to know. Like, I don't want to not know.
That's interesting that you say that, because we've talked about this, and she's mentioned on the show that feeling of like, it's the worst feeling in the world. I wouldn't wish it on nobody. I don't want to ever feel it again. So you know that feeling, and you're still saying you rather know.
Because that feeling came, but it wasn't just that feeling. It was that feeling with humiliation, because everybody else knew too.
Okay.
So it was kind of like one of them things, because it looked one way.
Okay.
The relationship looked one way, and I thought it was really that way, and come to find out it wasn't really that way.
And that's a big
part. And when I discovered it, everybody else discovered it. I didn't discover it in my own home because he came to me and told me. I discovered it the same way everybody else did.
Right.
So it was the humiliation with that. It wasn't just the cheating part. Gotcha. Because that's what I think, that like cheating is cheating. When you start being in a relationship with a person and giving them and doing all of that, that's something so different. And that's where that came from. Like, you didn't just sleep with her.
Right.
Like, you married her. You did all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So that was what that was.
Okay.
Not so much.
Right.
Gotcha. You know, so I would rather him come to me and tell me before I find out on social media,
before the world finds
or before
out.
you get to a point where you feel like you messed up so bad that now you're running from it. You know what I mean? So I definitely know.
Absolutely, I can take that. Okay.
I get it.
That makes sense.
I think that's hard for a man to do, but I get it. Like, at that point, you're like, not only do you cheat on
hard,
me,
aka impossible. Do men do that? They don't do that.
Yeah, you made me look stupid.
Nah,
hey, sit down. I was gonna tell you. Just sit down. Y'all love it, right? That happened on movies. That don't happen in real life.
Yeah, in the movies, the nigga feel real bad, and he gonna be like, yeah, I gotta go tell her. Like, I don't know. I think that's hard. You know, me personally, I ain't told on nobody. I definitely ain't gonna tell on myself.
Right.
But if I get caught, then, you know, I guess, you know, I'll come clean, because I feel like once you get caught,
I'm sorry,
you want to know everything at that point. When did you meet her? How long you been talking to her? I'll come clean.
That's the part.
I'll come clean at that point. I don't think I'll have it in me to just come and tell you, like, hey, look.
No. And that's honest. I think a lot of men feel the same way. They're not going to just tell you. If that's the case, they wouldn't have did it. They're not going to do it and they're telling themselves that's done.
Yeah.
It's like committing a crime and going to the police station. Niggas don't do that.
Exactly.
I've said on
myself. A little bit more lighthearted. Well, you have something to say? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I told on myself, but I couldn't see my ex telling me. He, to this day, is still like very vague.
You say you told on yourself?
Yeah, I have. I mean, like, there's Now, I'm not gonna say I like he went through my phone, so that's kind of how that went. But then I explained the extended relationship.
So you
and
have to,
you were like back up against the
You
wall.
got caught. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
If you get caught, you're in some things.
I'm a slick talker, so I probably could have got out of some of that shit. But I mean, when it came down to it, though, like honestly, I wasn't really happy anymore anyway. So I was kind of like
a relief, probably.
Yeah, this is just what it was.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, and the dude was calling anyway, so it's like at some point y'all are gonna have to meet up or get down or whatever. So
wait, what was calling?
The guy was calling in, so at some point they were gonna have to. Yeah, it was pretty messy.
Yeah, so we can dedicate to that. I want to know more. Okay, let's get a more lighthearted. I got an easy question for y'all.
Okay.
If you date somebody, like seriously date somebody that does OnlyFans, and they're like having sex on there and the whole everything, would you?
But wait, I'm dating someone who I went into it knowing that she was on OnlyFans.
Yeah, but other than that, like she's dope and you are interested in.
She's on OnlyFans with who?
Other people, not you, because she don't know you.
Oh yeah, that's out. That's OUT.
Absolutely not.
No, we not. I couldn't do it. So I'm sharing her. She's not mine.
She's having sex for money.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Cool. I mean, we can definitely have sex for money, but I'm not. You can be my woman.
So it wouldn't be serious.
Yeah, it'll be business. I mean, obviously we have to be attracted to each other, but it'll be a business. I'm not about to bring you home to my mom. You know.
Okay.
And then my homies was like, "Oh, I was just on her shit. I remember her." No.
I subscribe. Men do OnlyFans too. What you think?
I agree. They do.
You mean like straight men?
Yeah, I mean Safari, he had one with his thing on there. That's what I heard.
Well, that's debatable. But in my eyes, in any case, sorry, no, I'm gonna have to do a hard pass on that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And absolutely no.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like, I'm not gonna say like traditional like that, but I just believe in like men working like hardworking jobs, and like sex for money. It's just that's weak shit to me. I wouldn't accept it on a guy or a girl level, like honestly.
Right.
But that's just me. Or like, I mean, I guess the question more like saying towards women's direction be like, would they accept a man who was like a pimp or something? You know, like that's probably more realistic, because it's like a lot of guys are doing that, like, you know, pimping bitches or whatever. And I wouldn't be able to fuck with that either. So
you say you wouldn't care if he was a pimp?
No, I wouldn't fuck with that either.
Okay, because I was gonna say that's just as like a hard no for me too, because I feel like they all be fucking them bitches.
They do. So I mean, they have to stand for the
That
product.
works for me.
Yeah, it's not gonna work for me either. No.
Yeah, that's out. I couldn't do it. I mean, if she's trying to make that a career, I couldn't do it. Like, no. I mean,
I asked because a lot of y'all be looking at these OnlyFans girls like they look really good and so lusty, and oh my God, you're drooling at the mouth. So I was just wondering, like, okay, you so in love with the bitch pictures. What if she DM'd you and was like, "What's up? I want to get to know you." Would you really be like, "Nah, I'm cool," or would you low key meet for the lunch?
I'm definitely gonna meet for the lunch if I'm keeping it real, but that don't mean that you about to be my woman. I'm meeting for the lunch.
I feel like, okay, so you're a man, so maybe you can give me a different perspective. I feel like, I know those people are women. I'm emotional, so I don't know. I can't control how I be feeling. I can say like, yeah, but I'm not going to, when I get to know somebody, I don't know how I'm going to feel. Like I might fall in love. How do you know you're not going to fall in love?
Shit, if if I do. I don't think I'm going to go into it with that, and even in the, like, expecting that. Like, I'm not even going into it thinking love. You feel me? If I know you be on OnlyFans, I'll be watching your OnlyFans. I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going because I'm a fan, and it's more physical.
And I'm hoping only me and you.
I have a question.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, I have a question. It's for Lynn. I have a question. So do men automatically, like, generally speaking, like categorize women when they meet them? Because like he said, like, you're not going into it thinking about love, right? Like when you first meet a chick, do you instantly put her in a category like, okay, I'm gonna try to fuck her, or I'm gonna try to like see, you know, where she, or what's up with her? And can that category, like, is it easily changeable?
I think yes, in a sense. I think when you first meet a person, if you haven't, had a conversation with her, you obviously have to be attracted to her. Something has to cross your like mind, and you're like, damn, she bad, or I want to fuck, or whatever the case may be. But then when you start talking to her, you realize that, oh shit, this conversation was deep. Like, let's go to breakfast, let's go to dinner or whatever. It's not just I just want to fuck anymore. I actually want to get to know this person.
Okay, so the category is interchangeable.
Definitely, because I mean, you gotta see it. Like, I can see a person from across the room and not know them, and then still think in my head just by looking at them that, like, she's bad. Like, I would love to do this, and that, but we ain't even talked. I don't even know what she likes or dislikes, or her turn-ons or turn-offs. But then we actually have a conversation, and it's a little more to it.
Real quick, it sounds like it always starts with, damn, I want to fuck. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Not necessarily, but I mean, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to see a female and be like, well, I would love to, watch Wendy Williams with her later. Like, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's like someone, you look at them, it's
physical and
penis in her. Like, that'll be cool.
India, do you feel like women like look at men and put them in categories? Or do you think we're like generally like into, well, just the question, do you feel like women put men in categories too?
I think so. Me personally, I definitely don't go into the sexual category because I'm not really like a physical person. I've said this since like high school. Like, I don't see a guy and like, oh, his six pack or his waves or his muscles are doing it for me. I don't get stimulated like that to where it's like physically I can imagine all these things. So not physically, but other than that, categories, yes, for sure. Like, as soon as you start talking, I start imagining who he really is for real. And I might not know nothing, but I do definitely like, oh, he this type of nigga, or he that type of nigga, or I can see this, or I cannot see that. So yeah, I started assuming and adding up. I told you I fall in love in 5 minutes, so I definitely be like, I shouldn't be, for sure.
Okay, same question for
Miyoko.
Yeah. Do I categorize or?
He's a very intuitive thinker. He's a real deep thinker. So I want to hear your response.
No. Right. Like, no, it is moments where I'll see a guy and I'm like, ooh, he is fine. Like, ooh. Yeah, I could see.
Yeah, I don't do the whole fine.
And I do like, ooh, he is fine. But like, just it's rare though. It's like specific, like it's a certain type of guy that I'd be like, ooh, he is fine. It's not everybody.
They be on TV.
Yeah. They not real life. So in that sense, yes, I do categorize where it'd be like, I'll just have sex with them, and if nothing else comes from it, I'm all right. That's fine. I'm all right with it. They just
okay, then.
I'm the total opposite.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the same
look, you like, yeah.
But it's not everybody though. Then it's just guys that I meet. Then no, really, I want them to open their mouth. I want them to talk.
Right.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I need them to talk.
Okay.
I need to talk that way or on text message. I need to see something.
Okay, that makes sense.
LOLs, I'm gonna stop responding.
Oh, she hates grammatical errors. If you text, it'd be like R with the letter R instead of ARE. Yuck, just text. She don't like it.
I
sentences.
No periods. Like them, I be like reading like when I gotta read like like when I gotta read like
damn nigga, did you go to school or not?
Right.
The school of hard knocks.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
But it was fun talking to you guys.
Yes, our hour is like up, unfortunately. Thank you guys for being our first guest. We really
thanks for having me.
This is fun.
We're gonna have y'all back on in Africa.
No, Steph. I'm gonna get my eyelashes and hair together. Don't trip. I'll be on the next.
No, we gave you last minute notice. That was our bad. We worked
getting better. No worries. It was fun.
Thank you for joining us.
Both of you guys. I'm gonna tag both of you guys, and this will premiere on Thursday. Make sure y'all watch. Tell y'all friends to watch. Y'all aunties, cousins, brothers, and sisters.
And Africa, you came with some good questions, girl.
You did.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. And Lynn wasn't ducking them either. We appreciate that.
Right.
We appreciate it.
No problem. You know, I'm a fan of the show. Let me know when we're doing the next one.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Thank you,
All
guys.
right.
All right, y'all
Have
have
a
a
good
good
night.
night.
You too.
Good night.
Bye,
Good night.
Africa.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
You too.